Shruswadi Savadikyo
Chatashri Sadi Sadikshu
Ratrun Bhrata Javiyaso
Ratam Bhrata Yarishasa
Krutadaro Jugopavarsin
Kritadaro Jugoparvim
Kavyasya Vrusaparvanaha
Avasya Vishaparvanaha.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. King Jajati had 4 younger brothers. Whom he allowed to rule the 4 directions. Jajati himself married Devadani, daughter of Sukracharya, and Sarmishta, the daughter of Vrusaparva, and ruled the entire earth. Sri Rajavacho
Sri Rajavacha
Brahmasir Bhagavan Kabhyo
Namasir Bhagavan Kavya
Kshetra Bandhushana Husaho
Yatra Bandhushtana Husa
Rajanya Viprayo Kasma
Rajanya Viprayo Kasmat
Vivaho Pratilomagaho
Vivaha Pratilomakaha.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Maharaj Parikshit inquired, said, Shukracharya was a very powerful Brahmana, Maharaj Jajati was a Kshatriya. Therefore I am curious to know how there occurred this Pratiloma marriage between a Kshatriya and a Brahmana. Marriages between Kshatriyas and Kshatriyas or between Brahmanas and Brahmanas are the general custom. If marriages sometimes take place between different classes, these marriages are of 2 types, namely Anuloma and Pratiloma. Anuloma marriage between a Brahmana and the daughter of a Kshatriya is permissible, but Pratiloma marriage between a Kshatriya and daughter of a Brahmana is not generally allowed. Therefore, Maharaj Parikshit was curious about how Sukracharya, a powerful Brahmana, could accept the principle of Pratiloma marriage. Maharaj Parikshit was eager to know the causes for the uncommon marriage. Doing Krishna bhajan? What thought? What thought? Your mind has been occupied with what thought, Baba? Is thought of Krishna? All nasty thoughts. So, where is your progress? No progress at all. Or some progress, very slow progress. You see. So, this is recommended. Brahmacari life is very good life. Carefree, no anxiety, no cares and anxiety. Very nice life. Engaged, very nicely engaged, will be engaged in Krishna's loving service, bhajan, happy life. Prabhupada says, if you can maintain brahmachari life throughout whole life, so nice, happy life. And very quick advancement. There is quick advancement. Yes, quick advancement. You have quick advancement. If you are entangled, accept a wife, entangled, advancement checked. No progress, either no progress or very slow progress. Very, very like tortoise progress, snares progress. Check. Yes. So much burden, so much anxiety, so much thoughts coming. And sleep at night, practical. Ask him, of the married person. Can sleep at night, not thinking of Krishna, all nasty thoughts coming. Crying for nasty things. You are not crying for Krishna. Dog hog. Crying for stool. What is this life? Is it very good life? Next life will have dog or hog. Krishna will give help, be a dog and hog. Finished. Miss the opportunity. Got an human path, which is really achieved path. Purpose is to get Krishna, develop bhakti, paramartha love. Now it is lost to you, finished, lost. Then, lost. You missed the opportunity, you lost, it's lost to you. Is it intelligence? Rascaldom, this rascaldom. sheer rascal and nothing else. Yes. Foolishness. What is this nonsense? You prefer this sort of life like a dog or hawk? Huh? You should understand this thing. Huh? So, this question comes here. All things, these are all discussed in Srimad Bhagavatam. This question of marriage comes here. Why there is marriage? What is the necessity of marriage? That's the question. This is Anuloma Pratiloma marriage. General rule is this. According to Vedic system, marriage between Kshatriyas and Kshatriyas, Brahmanas and Brahmanas are general custom. General custom. Same caste. General custom. If marriages sometimes take place between different classes, they are of two types. Anuloma and Pratiloma. But Anuloma marriage is recommended, whereas Pratiloma marriage is not recommended. What is Anuloma marriage? Anuloma marriage means between a Brahmana and a daughter of a Kshatriya. Male or boy, so if a Brahman boy may marry a Kshatriya daughter, a daughter of a Kshatriya, it's low class, if that daughter is what say, Sadguna Bhati.
More goodness.
If that daughter, the Kanya, possesses the good qualities, one girl is there in low class. She is born in a low class, you understand? But possesses nice qualities. So a higher caste, a boy of higher caste may accept that girl as marriage and may marry. Yes, that is Anuloma marriage. Understand? Because he is a qualified girl, possesses good qualities. It's a Kanya Ratna. Kanya Ratna. Ratna means gem, like a gem. Gem, like gem is there in a muddy place. Gem is in a muddy place, but a gem is there. Thou should collect it. Yes, maybe place may be muddy, but gem, you must collect it. Understand? So a girl is in low family, low caste, but she is a gem, possesses very good qualities. So a higher caste boy may accept her as wife. And it may be recommended because this is Anuloma marriage. Understand? Anuloma marriage. But boys or males should be higher caste and girls should be lower caste. It's not that girls should be higher class, males should be lower class. No, that is Pratiloma. It is not recommended. You understand? If such thing takes place, what will happen? Then, because the girl comes of a respectable family, you understand? But the boy or husband is low family, then the girl or wife will predominate. Yes, she will predominate. I come up from a respectable family, you are low family. She will predominate. Yes. Then the husband will be dominated. She will dominate over husband. Yes, she will ride over husband. It's not the husband will ride over her, she will ride over husband. Yes, you become horse, I will ride you. Yes, this will happen, Baba. So therefore this is not at all recommended. This Anuloma marriage. Not at all recommended. Because, how will it be? But one who is a very lusty person only marries to satisfy his lust, only to enjoy, give pleasure to genital, do you understand? Only to give pleasure by sexual activity. Oh my, very good, you ride on me, I am horse. Hand-pegged, it's a hand-pegged. Hand-pegged. Hand-pegged?
Yeah.
Yes, hand-pegged. Shameful affair, shameful. A shameful. A shameless person may do it. A simple affair. What is this? Nonsense. Rascal. It's not allowed, therefore. It's not allowed at all. Therefore, Guru is there who controls, who is the steering holder. He cannot go hither and thither. What's the steering? Baba. And Guru inflicts discipline. And discipline is inflicted through Shastra. Shastra. This word Shastra is formed on the verbal root Sas. Sas means Sasana. Discipline. Shastra inflicts discipline and Guru inflicts discipline. Disciple means under discipline. Otherwise there will be indiscipline. If there will be indiscipline in the society, what society will be? Society of dogs and horses. It cannot be human society. Society of dogs and horses. Yes. And Western society means society of dogs and horses. Yes. My Guru Maharaj went there. He said, what life you are leading? Leading life of hogs and dogs? Yes. Society of dogs and hogs is not a human society. Human society means they should follow Vedic rules, regulations. Shastra Vidhi. Rules, regulations, Shastra. Discipline is there. It is not indiscipline. Do you understand? That is human society. This is meant for human beings. Human beings are rarely achieved birth and the higher type, I say, consciousness. When one gets human birth, his level of consciousness is something higher than the other species, consciousness of other species. And because the purpose of this reality birth is to develop complete Krishna consciousness and get Krishna. Develop your bhakti and get Krishna. That's the purpose of this reality human birth. Unless you follow Shastra, Veda, Vedic regulations and discipline inflicted through Shastra, Vedic literature and discipline inflicted by Guru, how can you develop complete Krishna consciousness? Then your level of consciousness will be degraded and lose the opportunity. Opportunity is available to you in human birth, that you may raise the level of consciousness to the highest level of consciousness, that is complete Krishna consciousness. Yes, that you lose if you won't follow the discipline inflicted through Shastra, discipline inflicted by Guru. You understand? One should think it up very seriously, how it is. Therefore, Krishna has given us Veda Puranas. Maya Buddha Jiver Nahi, Krishna Snuti Jnana, Jivere Kripaya Kaile Krishna Veda Purana. This is the Kripa, this is the mercy of Krishna that He has given Veda Puranas to conditioned souls. We have forgotten Krishna, we have forgotten our own Swarup. The leading life of dogs and hogs, animals, or worm in the store. You understand? How can you raise the level of your consciousness, the opportunity available to you, unless you follow Shastra? Tasma Shastra Pramanu Karja Vyavasthita, Gita says. What is Karja? What is Akarja? What is to be done, what is not to be done, how it will be decided? According to Shastra Pramana, Shastric evidences. Isn't it? So Shastra is given. And this is Krishna's mercy. He has given Shastra, Veda Shastra. And Guru is there who knows the purport of a Shastra, Tattva, Veda, Tattparya. You should not interpret Shastra according to your own whim, no? You should go, approach Guru, Vedic Acharya, Pandit, who knows Shastra, Siddhanta, Tattparya. Hear from him. Therefore, in this way, there is discipline in this society. Through Shastra, through Guru. And you have to accept. Otherwise, there is no question of your spiritual advancement. There will be degradation. Or, so in Shastra all these things comes up. Question of marriage comes. What is necessity of marriage? What is the necessity of marriage? That's the question. You have material body, and material body has demand. 4 demands. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, isn't it? Eating, sleeping, defending, mating. Yes. The body has demand. You have a material body. And this body has demand. Yes. It's natural. Ahar, nidra, bhaya, maitana. Eating, sleeping, defending, mating. You understand? Mating means this sexual activity, isn't it? And medical person say, hey, this is biological need. Yes, this is biological need. Yes. They say, it's need, isn't it? Biological need. Yes, you have to do. Otherwise, we see so many pagals are there, madmen are there. Yes, they are turning mad. The boys and girls, young men and young women. Yes. Because unsatisfied this sexual urges. So they turn mad. It's a hysteria. Yes, affected by hysteria. Yes. Unsatisfied sexual urges. Sexual urges not satisfied, so they turn mad. Yes, then medical person says, yes, this is the disease. He or she is affected with unsatisfied sexual urge. So this is hysteria, madness. So what to happen? Alive? Give him a girl to enjoy. So let him go to a prostitute and enjoy. Then there is prostitution. Prostitutes are there also in the society. And this is natural when you have a, and natural urge is there when you have this material body. And so that is need. Do you follow? And it is quite natural. A natural attraction between a man and a woman. Man is naturally attracted to a woman, woman is naturally attracted to a man. And even in animals, all societies is there. But we say prabhuti. Prabhuti resa bhutana nivruti istu mahaphala. But when you have gotten a human body, that is really achieved birth. Purpose of this birth is to develop complete Krishna consciousness. Develop bhakti and get Krishna. That is the supreme perfection of human birth. That's our goal. Understand me? That is our goal in human birth. Therefore Krishna has given you this rarely achieved birth, human birth. But undergoing lots of other species, you have now gotten this birth. Human birth, rarely achieved birth. What is the purpose? Paramarthalava. In this birth, you will achieve Krishna bhakti, you will develop complete Krishna consciousness. You will get Krishna in this life. Yes. Other species, life of a dog or hog, germ, worm, bird, beast, you cannot have such thing. This opportunity is not available to you. This opportunity is available to you in this very birth, human birth. You should know it. This is the purpose. So, and this opportunity is available for a very short time. Very short time. Any moment this body may finish. Who knows, death may come today. Do you know? Death may come today. Such uncertainty is there. So who is a wise, intelligent person, he should understand this. No. For a very short time this opportunity has been available to me. I should not miss the opportunity. I must have utilize this thing. I should not procrastinate. I should not waste time. Immediately develop, make endeavor how to develop complete Krishna consciousness. That's a wise man, intelligent man's job. You understand? So, prakriti resa bhutana nivritti stumahapta. So this is general, what to say? Prakriti, what English say? Prakriti? Huh?
Path of enjoyment.
Path of enjoyment.
Material enjoyment. Huh? Prakriti means general instinct, or what to say? Instinct? Huh? Tendency, you are right. General tendency. Do you understand? It's general tendency. Material body means it's general tendency, general demand is there. But how to curb this tendency? Question of curbing. Veda gives us ways, instructions. Do you follow? Veda, Vedic literature, give us instruction how to curb this tendency. Do you follow me? How to curb it. Do you follow my language? Yes, how it will be curbed. So that there are means. What is that? Devaya prajaya narati. It says. The Bhagavata says. Loke devaya misamadya seva nityastu jantor nahi tatra chodana vyavastitastesu vivaho jagya sura grahira sunivrutti rishta. 11th canto. You have that verse? 11:5-11. 11:5-11. Loke vyavayami samadya seva nityastu jantor nahi tatra chodana vyavastitastesu vivaho jagya sura grahira sunivrutti rishta.
Everyone is naturally inclined to have sex, eat meat, and drink wine.
Yes.
There is no need for the scripture to encourage these things.
No. Vedic scripture never encourages this thing. Yes.
The scriptures do, however, give concessions to people who are determined to do these things.
Yes. In Veda there means how to curb this prakriti, curb, do you understand, tendency. That Veda says, yes.
They grant license to enjoy sex by allowing sexual intercourse with one's lawfully wedded wife at the proper time of the month.
What is that?
They grant license to enjoy sex by allowing sexual intercourse with one's lawfully wedded wife at the proper time of the month.
With one's
Lawfully.
lawfully wedded wife. Lawfully wedded means not your material law, Baba. Vedic law. Vedic law. Yes, Shastric injunctions. Huh? You understand? Lawfully means Vedic law. Huh? Wedded according to Vedic law. Yes. You write that. Wedded according to Vedic law. Not material law in the court we sign. Before magistrate, then we marry. Tomorrow we go break marriage and marry another. It's not. That is not allowed. Vedic law means once accepted, non-separation. Yes. Vedic law, yes.
They grant a license to eat meat to those who perform a certain kind of sacrifice, and a license to drink wine to those who perform the Sotramani sacrifice. The purpose of granting these licenses for sense gratification is only to restrict these activities.
Restrict, to curb the tendency, That the Veda gives these directions. Yes, not to encourage this thing. Huh? One has tendency of this, let's say, sexual enjoyment, kama, lust is so much, lusty person, so much tendency for this sexual activity, sexual enjoyment. Then Veda says, you have to marry, you have to accept I wed or marry a girl or woman according to Vedic rites. You understand? What is that? Ved says, then accept wife means you should prepare to accept his responsibility to maintain her. Yes. A woman is always dependent, not independent. Veda never prescribes woman independence, no. They are always dependent. You understand? Veda never gives independence to women. To follow? Yes. Huh? Dependent. Before marriage, they are dependent on father. You understand? Father, mother. When married, dependent on husband. When husband leaves home, takes Banprastha, producing son, giving them education, now son is capable of maintaining, then they are dependent on grown-up son. So every stage there is dependence. You understand? There is no question of independence for women. You follow? So, you want to marry, you are a very lusty fellow, cannot tolerate your sexual urge, so you should not enjoy any woman catch up and enjoy. No, not like a dog. Any dog can catch up any beach on the street and enjoy. It's not like that. You are not a dog, you are a human being, Baba. For you, Shastra is there. Then next life you'll be a dog or hog. Or a worm in the stone. Yes. Or monkey. One male monkey has more than 12 female monkeys. And always enjoys. Every 5 minutes enjoy. You are like a monkey. Pigeons. Monkeys, pigeons, very lost. Yes. Every moment. Every 5 minutes, 1 minute, enjoy sex. Are you like that? Nonsense. You want like that? Monkey or hog or dog or pigeon? Next life will be that. Iman Bharat, I say, is meant for this. Develop complete Krishna consciousness. Krishna. You prefer to be degraded? Nonsense, idiot. So, therefore faith says you should marry. According to faith. So mantras are recited, priest will come, recite mantra. Yes, I accept him, my wife. I take up this responsibility, maintain her throughout the life. Yes. Dependent, give her nice saris, ornaments, food, yes, health care, yes, many demands. Your wife has many demands, give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. And the husband, you have to satisfy her demands, Baba. Yes. Lord Ramchandra showed that thing, ideal husband. Sita Devi said, my dear husband, please cast this golden deer for me. A demon came, demon Maricha came, who wandered there, the form of a golden deer. Maya Murga, illusory deer. Didn't Lord Ram know this thing? It's an illusory deer, it's not real deer. Was it unknown to Lord Ram? But why he ran behind it? Because ideal husband. Wife has such demand. Yes. Sita Devi said, my dear husband, I want this golden deer, very nice deer, I want it. Lord Ram said, why do you want it? I'll keep it, tame it, when we go back to Ajodhya, I'll take it and I give it as a presentation to Bharat. Sita Devi said like that. So an ideal husband, Lord Ram ran behind it. Lord Ram knew it's a demon, illusory deer. Immediately he would have told that, my dear Sita Devi is not real deer, it's an illusory deer. It's a demon. That spot he would have killed there. But why he ran? To teach us. Understand? That is Lord Ram's mission. Marjada Purushottama. He said, I have come to establish Veda Marjada. This is my mission in the human society. You Baba? Yeah. Nobody should transgress Vedic principles, Vedic etiquette. That is my mission to establish it. So this is the ideal husband to fulfill the demand of his wife. Yes. So he ran behind it. As a result, Sita was kidnapped. Came back, Sita was kidnapped. Then cried for Sita, 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 Sita. Why he cried? It's Lord. Why Lord will cry, Baba? And this is for us, to teach us. To accept wife means to take up this responsibility, to maintain her throughout the life. She is dependent on you. To satisfy all our demands. Yes. Otherwise not easy thing to become a husband. To accept a wife. Easy thing? Yes, you should have that capability. Give me this sari. Yes, very nice sari. Give me this sari. Give me this ornament. Oh, my dear husband, give me a golden case. I want to remain in a golden case, not in a brick house. No. Make me a golden carrot. Cage. I will be there. Do it. Can you? If you cannot, don't marry. Don't accept a wife, Baba. No. Don't accept a wife. That is duty of an ideal husband. Therefore Ram ran behind an illusory deer. You see? Then he has to cry. The wife will demanding the fulfillment of her demands. Then husband has to cry, yes, crying. Now you are crying, isn't it? Crying at night, cannot sleep, yes. You see? Then take lessons from it, Baba. How nice it is to accept a wife. She will make you cry, every night will make you cry, yes. That's what Ram exhibited. It's for us, you have to cry. Then it is also your duty to rescue the wife. My wife is kidnapped, that's a duty to rescue it. Then she had to go to Lanka and fight against the great demon Ravana. Fires, battle, fighting. Then rescue, that's the duty. Give her protection, give her all nice maintenance, fulfill her demands. Yeah, then children will be produced, take care of the children, give them maintenance, give them all medical care, and give them nice education, make them qualified. All this responsibility you have. You follow? Yes. Before accepting a wife, one should think of all these responsibilities now will come to me. Are you prepared to shoulder all this responsibility, burden all this responsibility, carry all the responsibility? No, I am not capable, so no more marriage. I won't marry. I won't accept it. Brahmacari life is very nice life. No such cares and anxieties. Always you can think of Krishna, do bhajan, such a happy life. Now your bhajan gone, your everything gone. Now you are crying for your wife, crying. See, puts you in such situation, you have to cry for her. Crying, crying whole night, cannot sleep. No thought of Krishna comes now. His thought of Krishna comes. Finished. Your spiritual life is completely finished. Completely finished. Yes. So this is there. So to enjoy sex means it is not unrestricted. It is restricted sex enjoyment. You should not enjoy, catch up any lady, woman and enjoy her. No, that you cannot do. You have to marry according to Vedic principles, rights, Vedic law. Then you have to take up the responsibility, Baba. If you cannot shoulder responsibility, don't marry, remain bachelor, remain brahmacari. Very good life, a lot. So in order to curb this tendency, this process is there, vivahe, prisanga. You follow? Then Veda gives this process to curb your tendency, curb. Yes, oh, so much thing. Are Baba, Allah, Allah, no more. It's better to remain bachelor, remain a brahmacari. Very good life. Very nice Krishna consciousness, very easily developed Krishna consciousness, very rapid advancement will be there. No cares, no demands. Do you understand? No such thoughts will come. And family life means every day you find there is quarreling. Husband and wife, quarreling, isn't it? Yes. You are quarreling all night, telephoning me from Australia, Maharaj, we are quarreling, fighting. I cannot sleep at night. What is it? Why so quarreling or fighting? Husband and wife cannot sleep at night, Is Krishna life of Krishna consciousness? Nonsense. You follow? Then children will be there. Everywhere there will be suffering also. Yes. These children have headache, these children have diarrhea, these children have fever. Hey, go to doctor, bring medicine. Why are you sitting here? The wife will beat you with a broomstick. Why are you sitting? Get out, stop! This is suffering, the boy is suffering, girl is suffering. Why are you not going to doctor and bring doctor? Then, where is your bhajan, Baba? Chalo Baba, then running to doctor. Pay doctor's fee. Yes, pay doctor fee and medicine, so much thing. Cannot sleep at night. Baby is suffering, the child is suffering. Crying. Passing stool, urine. How can you sleep and snore? Baba. Sleepless night, whole night, sleepless night. Then morning, get up, go to doctor, then I have to go to my office work. What to do? Then I go to office work, I go to doctor and this and that. No cooking today. Then cook, prepare food. Yeah? Think of Baba, think of what sort of life it is. Is Krishna consciousness? You do Hare Krishna, bringing what? It's gone, finished, lost to you, Baba. Before accepting wife, you should think it up very seriously. Am I prepared to do all these things and keep my Krishna consciousness? Life is meant for that. Not capable? Dandavat. No marriage, no. No more marriage, no more accepting a lady, wife. You understand? Very difficult.
Can you change your mind?
Very difficult to satisfy a woman. You understand? Easy to satisfy Krishna, Baba. Difficult to satisfy a woman, Baba. She'll make you cry. It's practical, Baba. I am a married man. I am speaking from my own experience, Baba. Yes. It's practical, Baba. It's practical. Yes, it's practical. Not theoretical, but practical. Yes, I have faced all these troubles in my life. So I made the law. Krishna was so merciful. Nityananda Prabhu is so merciful. Gave me a very good kick, finished. In one kick, finished. This side and that side. Nitairo Karuna Hobe. Nitairo Karuna Hobe, brother Radha Krishna Pave. Nityananda Prabhu will show his mercy. Very heavy kick, then this strong bondage will be cut off. Otherwise, not easy to cut off this bondage. Durjara Grohasmunkhala. 10th canto of Bhagavad says, Durjara Grohasmunkhala. This Grohasmunkhala, this family shackle is very strong shackle. Very strong shackle. Cannot be cut off, Baba. You follow me? Yes. Unless you get a heavy kick from Nitai, it cannot be broken, Baba. Then cry before Nitai, beg for his mercy, so he'll give a very heavy kick, then it's cut off, finished. This side and that side, no more. Understand? Oh, that's such terrible life. Hellish life. Yes. She'll create hellish situation. Your family life is hellish life. Yes, no Krishna consciousness. You follow? So therefore marriage is prescribed. To curb this tendency of enjoying sex. Marriage is there. So many responsibility comes. Understand? Then it is said here, 11th canto, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Jad ghrana vaksho vihito suraya tatha pasura lavana mahinsa evam vivaya pradayana rathai imam visuddham na vidu sudharnam. 11th canto, 11:5:30. Shastriki. Indian source. Jad ghrana vaksho vihito suraya tatha pasura lavana mahinsa evam vivaya pradayana rathai imam visuddham na vidu sudharnam. Shastra says, Vedic literature says, gives this direction to curb the tendency. Do you understand? The tendency of enjoying sex is there, tendency of eating flesh is there, tendency of drinking liquor is there. How to curb? What is it? Dadghrana vaksho vihito suraya. Your tendency for liquor. You understand? So many liquor shops are there. So many drunkards are going. Spending $1,000, isn't it? To curb this tendency, Shastra says, in certain type of worship like Kali worship of Kali. You understand? There is one worship Kali, some liquor will be offered. Understand? Then, what to do? That's offered to Kali. Then you should only smell that liquor. Smell, not drink. Grana bhaksha. You follow? Only smell, not drink. Shastra says, should not be drunk. No? Grana bhaksha. Jad grana bhaksho vihito suraya. Only drink. Thereby this tendency will come. Then, Jagya pasubada. Tatha pasuralavano hinsa. You have this tendency to eat the flesh of the animal. So unnecessarily you cannot kill it and eat the animal, eat the flesh. No. You have no right to give him the life. What right you have to kill him? Take his life. Therefore Jagya, Pasubata Jagya is there. Animal sacrifice is there. So invite Vedic Brahmanas, arrange Jagya, so much money required, thousands of dollars, millions of dollars required, pure ghee, you understand, pure gold utensils, you follow? Brahmanas will come here, Brahmanas they order Vedic hymen correctly, then the animal will get new life. If they cannot order correctly, then it cannot be. So Brahmanas require so many things you have to arrange. Perform a sacrifice, animal sacrifice. So much money, so much money comes, millions of dollars. And in Kali Yuga, all these pure things are not available. No Brahman is there, so it's all forbidden. So how can you kill an animal and eat his flesh? So Veda says, and then perform this sacrifice, then that body is killed, and that animal got a new body. Now this body, this flesh you eat. If you can do it. If you cannot do it, then you cannot eat flesh, meat. Then it is corrupt. Then says, Devaya Prajaya Narati Imam Visuddhamam Vidusodhamam. Then Devaya Prajaya. And you have this tendency for sexual enjoyment, so much lust you have, then you have to marry. According to Vedic law. Then what I said, you have to take up all this responsibility. Baba, you have to cry. You cannot sleep at night. All your Krishna consciousness is gone now, Baba. Only think, oh, this child is suffering, he has headache, fever, he has diarrhea. My wife has anemia. I have to cook, I have to go to doctor, I have to do this thing. Then I have to go to job and earn money. Oh, Baba, all these thoughts. Where is thought of Krishna Baba? Where will you think of Krishna Baba? Crying, all night, crying. All night crying. Yes, no sleep. I have no sleep at night. How can I go to the office? How can I walk? My boss will be angry. Hey, what are you doing? Get up. Then he cut off my salary. Finished. All these thoughts are coming, haunting. Where is the thought of Krishna Baba? Is thought of Krishna there? So, what is this life? Such miserable life, a hellish life, hellish situation. Cannot make all these arrangements? Then wife will beat him with a broomstick. Rascal! What are you doing? Why have I married you? You rascal! You cannot tell me. Why are you marrying, you rascal? So, it's very nice, all right, beat. Very nice meetings, very sweet, isn't it? It's very good. So, therefore this process, in order to curb this tendency, no more dandavat, no more marriage, no, very good life. Brahmacari life, very good life, carefree life, no such thoughts. Very nice Krishna consciousness you can develop. Devaya Prajaya Narati. What is the purpose of marriage? In order to procreate progeny. Yogya Putra, Krishna conscious son, Bhakta Putra, not bastard children. Understand? The purpose of Vedic marriage is to produce Krishna conscious child. A Bhakta Putra, a Vaishnava Putra, not bastard children. And purpose of Vedic marriage is not to give enjoyment to genital. Understand? Not for sexual enjoyment, not a thing. This is Shastric injunction. Understand my language? Then for what purpose are you married? Have you married? No purpose to produce progeny. The husband has no intention and the wife has no intention. Why should they marry? We don't want children. Then we don't marry. Yeah. Ladies should not marry and young man should not marry. Yeah, I should not take up all this responsibility. It's so bothering. It will finish my spiritual life. my Krishna consciousness life. For day and night I'll be thinking of these affairs. Oh, I cannot get time to think of Krishna. Then, no more marriage, then there. Therefore, this law is there in Shastra. In order to curb this, you follow? In order to curb this. Otherwise, no. Veda never says to encourage this thing. It's to curb this tendency. Follow me? Evam vivaya pradaya narati. Purpose of marriage, accepting husband, wife accepting husband, husband accepting wife, to procreate Krishna conscious child. Bhakta putra, Vaishnava putra. We understand in our Vaishnava society. General society, Yogya putra. They say Yogya putra, a qualified son. You understand? A qualified son who can keep up the prestige of the family, glorified. Family will be glorified for him. Don't follow my language. That is the purpose of marriage. Accepting husband or accepting wife. If I have no such intention, I won't procreate, then why you marry? Why you marry? Then you are violating Shastric injunction. This is the purpose. I am the strength of the strong, devoid of passion and desire. I am sex life which is not contrary to religious principle. And that sex life is not contrary to religious principle. What is the religious principle then? You should understand what is the religious principle here. What sort of sex life it is? Dharma sammatta kama, dharma viruddha swapatnyam putrotpati matra hetu. Your, according to Vedic law, wedded wife, you should produce a Krishna conscious child. Do you understand? That is Shastra says. Therefore, marriage. Follow? Therefore, marriage. Veda says like that. And Krishna says, I am that kama, I am that sex life which is not contrary to religious principles. If you won't follow religious principle, then you become offender. You are not following Shastric injunction. Therefore we have the sanskaras. 10 sanskaras are there. Garbhadana, it begins from Garbhadana sanskara. Yes. Garbhadana sanskara, we have that. Both husband and wife fix up a day. This day will unite. Do you understand? For producing progeny. So we have sanskara, one sanskara is there. That day they perform such yajna and they chant certain rounds. Guru has said, chant 50 rounds. Both husband and wife should chant 50 rounds. Only think of Krishna, nothing else. Proper time is there. At night, at that time, there's a mantra. They will utter that mantra. Then they unite and there will be pregnancy. Then a nice son will come out. So restriction for the pleasure of Lord Hari or Krishna. Do you understand? Haritosana. Not for the pleasure of your senses. To give pleasure to senses of Krishna. Krishnendriya Sosana, not Nijendriya Sosana. To give pleasure to one's own senses, that is kama. To give pleasure to sense of Krishna, that is prema. So, this is our Vaishnava principle. So, giving comments on this verse, Siddhar Swami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has said this thing. Evam eva bharjameva vigacchyanna parakiyam ruta beva dacchannanya tatretya bhyanugyam matradat stri matra nabhigamana eva shastra tatparcha. Shastra tatparcha. Rutusnanayam bharjaya gamana dosa savanantu na vidyati krama Vidhanu papatya iti sandarbha is said in sandarbha. Tasyamaruchya dvesadina vatadana bhigamana eva dosa savanamiti swami charana. Tatra kutra vanyamaha kutra va parisankhyateta ho पाखी के असति नियम पाखी के अंशे असति निंदा प्रायश्चितारे सति नियम तथा ऋतु भार्यामुपयाति ऋतु समय ही भार्यायां गमनञ्च राग प्राप्तं तत्राग गमनांसे निंदितो तथा ऋतु स्नातांत जो भार्यां सन्निधौ नोपगच्छति जो वायं पुनः हत्यायां पच्यते नात्र संशय इति स्मृते स्मृति शास्त्र says this thing. अतएव नियम एवं ऋतुं भार्यामुपेयादेव इति ऋतु भार्या गमना योग न कर्तव्य इति फलितार्थ. That means शास्त्रिक injunction is there. How one should live his life, he grows, you understand, in order to procreate progeny, qualified son or Krishna conscious child. Shastra says proper period when the wife will have pregnancy. What is that period? You know? Don't know? You are such a fool. Why are you married? Nonsense. You don't know. Menstrual period is there. Do you understand? Once, monthly cycle. Once a month, the menstrual period. Then menstrual period is there, is 1 week time. Do you understand? Menstrual period started. For 1 week, you should not touch your wife. No, should not touch. Shastra says it's forbidden to touch such a woman. For 1 week, she is untouchable. Asprusya. Understand? Yes. Then after 1 week, she is ready. You follow? Take bath, she will take bath, purify, chant Hare Krishna, it's ready for pregnancy. Do you understand? That is the congenial period. At that time, this is 1 week in the beginning and 1 week at the end. 1 month has 4 weeks. Do you follow? 1 week in the beginning. Do you understand? A menstrual period, 1 week, cannot touch. And last week also, you cannot touch. In between 2 weeks. Understand? That is congenital period for procreation. Understand? You fool, you don't know why you have become husband. Nonsense, like a hog or dog. There's a hog or dog like. Nonsense. This is Shastric injunction. You should know it. That is the congenial period. Alright? Proper period for pregnancy. So both husband and wife should fix a day. You understand? A auspicious day. That is in calendar mentioned, Nisega. They will fix up that day. In this day, we will do this. Garbhadhana sanskar. Alright? That is our Shastric injunction. So, you say, so you should go to such wife with the proper period. You should not go to her during menstrual period. You should not touch her. She is untouchable at that time. Understand? Yes. Again, you do not force her. No forcing. No. Husband should not force the wife. Period is there, proper period, but no forcing. Wife should be willing. Yes. That's another injunction is there. It's not that, oh, you are my wife, you are my object of enjoyment, I will enjoy you. No. That's not proper attitude. She is not your object of enjoyment. Krishna is the only enjoyer. You are not enjoyer. She is Krishna Dasi. This is our Vaishnava process. She is meant to give pleasure to Krishna, not to you. Understand? Yes. This is our injunction. It's not that, yes, I have accepted you as my wife, you are meant to give me pleasure. No! This is Krishna Dasi. She is meant to give pleasure to Krishna, senses of Krishna, not to your senses. Understand? This is our injunction in the Vaishnava society, Shastra Siddhanta. This is Shastra Siddhanta, the Shastric injunction. Proper period you should go, and she is willing. She is not willing, you should not force her. Alright? These are injunctions. And this is stated in Sandarbha, Jiva Goswami has also said in Sandarbha, this is in Srimad Bhagavatam. If whose wife is not willing, husband should not force her. That is there. Again, if husband does like that, then he commits offense. He is violating Shastric injunction. Then becomes offender. Understand? Sometimes some astrological calculations are also there. Yes, astrological calculations also there. So astrologer may calculate which is the auspicious moment comes, auspicious time comes. They should take help of the astrologer. Sometimes there is no law, sometimes there is laws. Yes, auspicious, no law is there. No, not auspicious, law is there. It is there, according to astrological calculations. If you violate, then you have to perform atonement, prashchitta. Yes, you have violated Shastric injunctions. We have this. Therefore, Shastra Rutam Bhajyam Upeya. This is general rule. The wife has menstrual period. That period is gone now. Now it is proper period to go to her and unite and make her pregnant. This is Shastric injunction. Not forcing. You should not force. It's a pleasing way. Alright? Again Shastra says, Ruddha snapyam jo bharjam sanidham nopavachati. That means your wife attained menstrual period, now proper period, and she wants a son, child, and you are not going to her. That's also you are violating Shastra. Yes. Understand? Yes. That's Shastra says. She wants a child. Now proper period. And you have to go and give her child. If you won't go, then you violate Shastra also. Understand? So many restrictions are there. Yes. Then what is there? Jovayam bhunahatyam pachyate natra sansaya. If you won't go to her, won't give her a child, she wants, then you committed this offense, killing a child in the womb. Bhunahatya dosa. Understand me? Shastra says this. Alright? You should know all these things, Baba. It's not easy that you marry, enjoy like a dog and hawk. No Shastra injunction, nothing, according to your own whim. You may done that. Do you follow? Therefore Shastras are there to inflict discipline. Yeah. Shastra Sasana, Guru Sasana, therefore Guru inflict discipline. Yes. And without the permission of Guru also you cannot produce a child. Then both husband and wife come to Guru and beg a permission, please, we want a child, please give us permission. Guru says yes, then you can produce, otherwise no, you cannot. Such restrictions we have in our society. This is said in Smriti Shastra. Therefore this is law. Ruto bharjam upayadeva. Ruto bharjam upayadeva. Bharja, wife, is ready now, menstrual period is there, it's gone, proper time has come, and she wants a child, husband should go to her and give her a child with the permission of Guru. All right? Then you can, per se, have this sexual activity. Otherwise, sexual intercourse. Otherwise, you cannot have. So many restrictions are there. In order to curb your tendency, all these shastric injunctions are there. And Guru is there. You cannot act whimsically or not. Thereby, you will please, because of Krishna, in order to please you, in order to produce a Krishna conscious child, bhakta, please our mercy that will produce a Krishna conscious child, that will be your bhakta, will serve you. That is for the pleasure of Krishna, you do this activity. It is not for pleasure of your own senses. Understand? Then it is lost. Do that, then to giving pleasure to senses of Krishna. Thereby, husikena, husikesa sevanam, bhakti ruchyate. That is bhakti. Through your senses, you will serve Hrishikesha, with the master of the senses. So genitalia is one of the senses. You understand? How can you serve Hrishikesh through that senses? To producing Krishna conscious child. Otherwise, no need of using that sense. Only a Gruhastha can use, neither a Brahmacari or Bhakta sannyasi will use it. Understand my language? This is bhakti, not whimsical action. Much restrictions are there. If you violate, definitely you'll go to hell, suffer there. Then we speak of illicit sex. What is illicit sex? To enjoy sex without marriage is illicit sex, general law. But to enjoy sex with your wedded wife, and you have been given concession. But if you think that the wife is the object of enjoyment, she has come to give me enjoyment. Do you follow me? If you think like that and utilize her in that way, you are so much attached, you have such lusty attachment towards your wife, thinking that she has come to give me enjoyment to my genital and enjoyment to my palate and cook nice food and give pleasure to my palate and give enjoyment to genital, then that's also illicit sex. Understand? That's also illicit sex. That's also illicit sex, yes. You should understand this thing. And if you do illicit sex, then you go to hell. You cannot develop bhakti at all. No question of bhakti will be lost to you. Understand? This is all our teachings. It is all there in Shastra. And in Bhagavad, it all are there in Bhagavad. Yes. Seventh canto Bhagavad also say, Katham priyaya anukampidaya sangam rahasyam ruchiransya mantra srusuta sneho sita sisuna parakranam anurakta chitta. Find out. 7, 6, 11. Tejat kosaskrut iveham karmani lobhat abhitrupta kama upastitiham bahumanyamana katham vyajeti durantamoha. Prahlad Maharaj says, Prahlad Maharaj Mahajana, isn't it? One of the 12 Mahajanas, he says, 7, 6, 11, katham priyaya anukampitaya.
How can a person who is most affectionate to his family, the core of his heart being always filled with their pictures?
Most affectionate to his wife, say. Yes. Priya means wife. Katham priyaya. My dear wife. Her smile. My dear husband, yeah, so sweet voice, huh? Sangam Rasya, joking, smiling. Yes, how nice it is, huh? How can I forget? Oh, is always coming to my mind. Krishna is not coming, is coming, huh? Isn't it? Katham. How can I forget all these things? So much attached. This is illicit sex. Yes, follow.
How can a person who's most affectionate to his wife, the core of his heart being always filled with her picture,
yes,
give up her association?
Yeah. Yes.
Specifically, a wife is always very kind and sympathetic and always pleases her husband in a solitary place.
Solitary place. Laughing, joking, embracing, kissing. Yes. Yes. How can that picture comes to my mind? Picture of Krishna never comes, huh? It's coming. Yes.
Who could give up the association of such a dear and affectionate wife?
Who can give up such a dear affectionate wife? I cannot give up. So always my mind, that picture comes to my mind always. My mind thinks that thing. How can my mind think of Krishna? Huh? So, then...
Small children talk in broken language.
That are small children. Mommy, Daddy, so broken language, so sweet. How can I forget it? Yes.
Very pleasing to hear.
Pleasing to hear, yes, broken language. Yes. Do you understand? And those are small kids, like my husband kid. That so many kids are there. Yes, mom, daddy started speaking. Yes, mommy, daddy, oh yes, very nice. So sweet to hear, yes.
And their affectionate father always thinks of their words.
Affectionate father thinks of that words. So, how can I forget it? How can I think of Krishna? That picture comes to the mind. So, original Krishna consciousness.
How could he give up their association? One's elderly parents and one's sons and daughters are also very dear. A daughter is especially dear to her father.
The daughter is especially dear to his father.
And while living at her husband's house, she was always in his mind. Who could give up that association? Aside from this, in household affairs there are many decorated items of household furniture. And there are also animals and servants. Who could give up such comforts? The attached household is like a silkworm.
Silkworm, like a silkworm, yes, silkworm. Yes.
Which weaves a cocoon in which it becomes imprisoned.
Yeah, it becomes imprisoned, yes. It's a cocoon, yes.
Unable to get out.
Unable to get out, yes.
Simply for the satisfaction of two important senses.
Tongue and genital. Two important senses, yes.
The genitals and the tongue. One is bound by material conditions. How can one escape?
How can I escape? What sort of life it is? Weaving a cocoon and imprisoned, finished. No more Krishna consciousness. So, understand? This is Prahlad Maharaj's instruction. Again Prahlad Maharaj. Janmaithunadi grahmedi sukhangi tuchhang kanduyenan karoyer iva dukkha dukkham trupyanti nehakrupana bahu dukkha vaja kanduti vanamanasijam visahita dhira 7-9-25.
Sex life is compared to the rubbing of two hands to relieve an itch. Griyamades.
Very nice, very nice, very nice. Huh? Very nice? Yes, very nice. Huh? Yes.
Griyamades, so-called grihastas, who have no spiritual knowledge.
No spiritual knowledge, yes.
They think that this itching is the greatest platform of happiness.
Yes, itching is the greatest platform of happiness, yes.
Although actually, it is a source of distress.
Yes. In the beginning is very nice, itching is very nice in the beginning. When the source will come up, so much pain, then crying, no sleep at night. Beginning very nice, yes.
The Kripanas,
Yes.
the fools who are just the opposite of Brahmanas, are not satisfied by repeated sensuous enjoyment.
Though they're crying, getting so much distress, so much pain, outcome is so much distress and pain, still not satisfied. Still again, running behind that. Yes.
Those who are Dhira, however, who are sober and who tolerate this itching, are not subjected to the sufferings of fools and rascals.
Yes. Who can tolerate the urge of lust or sexual urge? Kandudivana manasija visayita dhira. It's intolerable. Such urge, sexual urge, is intolerable. Yes, very difficult to tolerate. But who can tolerate? Prahlad Maharaj said, Kandudivana manasija visayita dhira. One who is a sober, one who is a devotee, you understand? Oh Lord, he says this thing to Nrsingadev. Oh Lord, one who is your dear devotee, one who has gotten mercy from you, who is engaged in your loving service, day and night, 24 hours, engaged in bhajan, only he will be able to tolerate this urge. Otherwise, nobody can be able to tolerate this urge. Understand? Yes. Therefore says, Kama Krishna Arpane. Narottam Das Thakur's instruction, Kama Krishna Arpane. You also, this lusty desires and so much urge is there. It is very difficult on your part to tolerate. How can you tolerate? Kama Krishna Arpane. Engage yourself day and night, 24 hours, under the guidance, expert guidance of a bona fide Vaishnava Guru. Loving service. Lord Krishna. Then you will be able to tolerate this urge. In other words, only he can tolerate this urge, sexual urge, who has developed prem bhakti. You follow? Who has developed prem bhakti. Only he can tolerate, other nobody can tolerate, you see. A prostitute came, Maya Devi herself came to Haridas Thakur, you see. You follow? To break his bhajan, break his sadhana. But what happened? In a solitary place, dead of night, Haridas Thakur was staying in a cave, do you understand? In a solitary place. He was a young man at that time. But engaged day and night, 24 hours engaged in bhajan. Develops such love, relishing the nectar emanating, Premanam Kirtan. He was doing Premanam Kirtan. Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan, Premanam Sankirtan. Follow? Premanam Sankirtan, relishing the mellow, nectar and mellow emanating from Nam Sankirtan, Namananda. The prostitute came, maiden, young. Prostitute came, dead of night, solitary place. But he was not agitated at all. Haridas Thakur was not agitated at all. So much immersed in his bhajan, completely immersed. He has this consciousness of his body. You follow? No bodily consciousness. And that said, prostitute said, we are Vaishnava Thakur, she paid obeisance, Vaishnava Thakur Banchakala Pataru, fulfills the desire fulfilling tree, someone comes with some desire to a Vaishnava, Vaishnava fulfills the desire. That she said, I am a young maiden, I have this desire, sexual desire. Yes, I have been suffering. Such urge is there. I have come to you. Please satisfy my desire. Do you follow me? And you are Vaishnava. You are Banchakalpataru. You are a desire fulfilling tree. Whatever desire one presents, puts forth, that Vaishnava fulfills. And what? Hadas Thakur said, all right, I will fulfill your desire, but sit down there, outside the cottage. I have my bowl. I have to chant a certain number of rounds. My Guru has said, unless I finish, I won't do anything. Do you understand? So wait there, let me finish this, then I will definitely fulfill your desire. So then you engage in chanting. The whole night's gone. Now there is morning. Then said, please excuse, I cannot finish my rounds. What shall I do? Please excuse, come next day. This continuously 3 days she came. The same thing happened. Whole night spent chanting. Said, I cannot finish. So at last, so the pure devotee, never agitated. Kama Krishna Arpane. He has given, is completely engaged in loving service to Krishna. No more urge of lust. He has developed prema, Krishna, prema. Engaged in giving pleasure to senses of Krishna. No more urge of giving pleasure to own senses. No karma. Only he can torment. Then this chant, the consciousness of the prostitute's chant, the consciousness Maya Devi herself came to test. And at last Maya Devi also admitted defeat. Isn't it? So the chant, the prostitute became her disciple and accepted it and took initiation and started chanting. Became Vaishnavi, isn't it? There. Therefore, here, Prahlad Maharaj says, Kandu Divanavana Sijam Visayet Vadhira. Oh Lord, who can tolerate this sexual urge and tolerate those who are sober? Your dear devotees, sober persons, your dear devotees, gotten your mercy, engaged in your loving service, always, only they can tolerate it. Otherwise, nobody can tolerate it. Yes. Kama Krishna. So we are giving this training. How to develop pure Krishna consciousness. How to develop Krishna prema. Chant your name, chant offenseless. Niraparadhanam laile paya Krishna prema. Your chanting is offenseless. Your name will definitely develop Krishna prema. Then you will be able to tolerate this urge. You understand? Sexual urge. No more urge will be there. It's transformed. Kama transformed into prema. Vibhava. Therefore says, become as lusty as gopis. Become as lusty as gopis. There is no question of lust at all. It's pure love. You follow? There is no sexual intercourse. It's not like that. Krishna's Leela with the gopis is not kama Leela, is not based on love, based on love. You understand? They are all engaged in giving pleasure to the senses of Krishna. They have no tinge of desire to give pleasure to their own senses. Therefore it said, be lusty as gopis. Yes. How to give pleasure to Krishna? Let Krishna enjoy us. Do you understand? He's the enjoyer, and we are to be enjoyed. Therefore they are decorating themselves nicely, combing their hairs nicely, putting on nice ornaments, putting on nice sari, before mirror standing, looking their face, bright, nice, looking, smiling, everything will be pleasing to Krishna. Do you understand? They have no desire to give a tinge of desire to get some pleasure for their senses. No. To give all pleasure to the senses of Krishna. This is prema. When develops such Krishna prema, then the lost is transformed into love. This kama Krishna arpani. Understand? Then you will be able to tolerate this horse. Otherwise you cannot. You cannot. You cannot tolerate this horse. So big yogis, sannyasis like Saubhari Muni, 1,000 years old. Vishwamitra Muni, who underwent 60,000 years penance, severe austerity penance, acquired very wonderful mystic power. They cannot tolerate this earth. They fell down. You see? They are not bhaktas, they are not devotees. They are not engaged in giving pleasure to the senses of Krishna. They are not engaged in bhajan. They are not cultivating bhakti. Do you understand? They are performing the severe austerity and penance, and have this desire how to get this mystic perfection. Mystic perfection. I'll become Lord, Bhagavan. I can do whatever I like. So they felt that. Yes. Maya is so strong. Never to speak of you, such big stalwarts. Yeah? Big sannyasis, accepting sannyas, catching hold of danda, then finished. So strong hearts cannot tolerate, no bhakti. So throwing danda, catching woman. It's very good, nice. After sannyas ashram, then grostha ashram. Sannyas ashram is topmost ashram. Where it is that after sannyas again grostha? Shameful affair, shameful affair. It's better to die. Better to die. Why are you surviving? I can show your face. Shameful person. Dog or hog. Not a human being, dog or hog. Yes, no shame. You see, this is, so serious affair. And so some shastric injunctions are there, therefore. We have very strict injunctions. In order to curb this tendency, Shastra gives injunctions. Shastra never encourages it. Therefore, marriage, vivaya prajaya narati. In order to procreate nice progeny, qualified son or Krishna conscious child, only marriage is prescribed, not prescribed for getting pleasure out of sexual intercourse. Do you understand? No sexual pleasure. Do you understand? Marriage is not allowed for that. This is innocent. All right? Thank you very much. Marrying and drinking? Child is playing. And sand. And building a house, then next man breaking. Is child's play?
They say it's okay, Guru Maharaj. They may get married, but then again they'll take sannyas.
Nonsense. Better to die.
Is it a question of who's also giving them sannyas?
Both are responsible. Why our sannyas? Why do our sannyas? This child's play? Not easy.
Guru Maharaj, if a devotee here, grihastha hears that he will make little or no advancement in his ashram, how will he feel that there's any hope? How will there be any hope for him?
Follow Guru's instruction, both husband and wife. Guru will give you instruction, very strict regulation. Guru will give you how to develop complete Krishna consciousness, perfect. Otherwise, no.
So if he follows strictly, he can make just as much advancement as Brahmacari? If he's strict grihastha, he can make just as much advancement as Brahmacari?
What do you say?
If he's a strict grihastha, can he make as much advancement?
Following strict regulations?
What is strict grihastha? I said, grihastha. What is strict injunctions for Grihastha, I said. What Shastra says, what Guru says, you are both husband and wife should follow. And Guru is pleased, Krishna is pleased, then there is hope. Otherwise, if are engaged in giving pleasure to senses of Krishna, then there is hope, then the Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, engaged to give pleasure to your own senses, there is no hope. You are doing illicit sex, you are not serving Krishna. Yeah. And that's not pleasing to Guru also. Yes. If Krishna is to follow his instruction, Guru will give that instruction that will give pleasure to Krishna. Then Guru is pleased. Yes, he is following the instruction. Understand? Otherwise there is hope, no hope. No hope. Such is there. The strict regulations, strict injunctions are there. So, before entering into Grihastha ashram, one should understand all these things. Very, very valid. Think of seriously, then accept it. Otherwise, no, Dandavat, I cannot. Remember, single, Brahmacari, very nice. Brahmacari life is very nice, happy life. Prabhupada says happy life. If you can maintain Brahmacari life for your life, very good. Very happy life and rapid progress, rapid advancement path of Krishna consciousness. Yes. Yes. You should understand this thing.
Gurudev, you say that it becomes miserable.
Yes.
So then, what if the person decides, all right, I don't want any more?
What?
Does he, when can he bona fidely leave it?
But leave. Leave what?
Does he have to ask Guru if he can leave family life?
Is this child's play that you are accepting a wife, marrying, now getting lashes, I will leave.
Sometimes people think that way. So what?
That is a speculation. No. No responsibility. Yes, very, to say, what do you say, adverse situation, very adverse situation. Then Guru may say, all right, separate. Guru may say, separate. Husband and wife lead the life of Brahmacari and Brahmacharinis like that. No more marriage.
For either one of them?
No. No more marriage. Male will not marry, female will not marry. Strict life of Brahmacari, Brahmacari lead. Guru will give very strict injunctions.
So how was the woman protected at that time? How was the woman protected at that time?
Protected?
Yes. She takes protection from father?
Husband.
From husband?
Married husband, but no children there. How will protect it? They will come to dependent. Krishna is the only protector. Krishna is my maintainer. Krishna, who is protecting me? Who is maintaining me? Nonsense. A complete dependent on Krishna, complete surrender. Then Krishna has promised, I will protect you, I will maintain you. Rakhistiti Vishwaso Goptruti Varnum Tatha. Firm faith, Krishna must protect, Krishna must maintain me. I am engaged, I am his servant. I am engaged in loving service and completely. I have taken shelter and lotus feet. That is pure Krishna consciousness. Complete surrender.
We saw one letter Guru Maharaj Srila Prabhupada wrote to one devotee. Prabhupada wrote, he said that you're saying your wife is complaining so much now, but I do not think it would be a very good idea for me to give you sannyas while your wife is pregnant. It would not be a very popular thing. So the devotee was writing and asking like that.
Yes, yes, yes. And married man wants sannyas, Prabhupada says, get permission from your wife. Otherwise, I won't have what you say. From wife's permission.
Wife.
Yeah. That is there. Once you are married means you are shackled now. Very strong shackle. Not easy thing to break it, Baba. Durja Grosum Khala. 10th canto of Bhagavad. Krishna said that. Grosumkhala, this family circle, oh, very strong to break. But you gopis, you broke it. He said to gopis. They are housewives, but they broke. And they are running at midnight, kicking everything.